If you're watching this video right now, these are the keys as to how I created my first rapidly successful business where I generated over $68,000 in a single month with print on demand. Now, this was back in 2019. It was a hot niche. It was a hot market. It was relatively new. It was creative. But I figured out how to take a customer, right? Or actually a viewer, and turn them into a customer. Let's talk about skipping the line with Shopify stores. If you're listening to this right now, you're probably wanting to start a store of your own. Whether you started it or not is not the question. But the reason why you wanted at one point in time is because you knew that you had the ability to potentially make more money. You knew that there was something that you could just pay for to have more people see your product, right? And that's advertising. But the part that you didn't know is, why do some people run ads and make money? And why do most people run ads and don't make money at all? It's not sometimes the creative or the art that you use or, the winning product. Isn't that like, it's just the biggest lie, right? The biggest lie that you hear on YouTube where like people say is, oh, there's winning products, as if there's this one product that no matter who you are, if you sell it, you'll just start to make more money. Think about that. Think about how you can actually skip the line, literally, right? Skip the line for all the people who are waiting to make their money with advertising. People who create Shopify stores, or really any other store, essentially they're all waiting in line to give, some sort of ad company, whether it be Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, whatever. They're waiting to give them their money in hopes to make more money, right? But really, they're just burning their cash. At one point in time, I was part of this group. I was part of the group where I would be in line just like everyone else, wait to get my ad approved, and run the ads, spend tens of hundreds of dollars, and ad after ad after ad, and hope to make some sort of money. But even if I generated sales, I'd still lose money because I wasn't making enough. What was the switch? What was the change? The reality is that running ads is a holistic approach. Everything needs to be fine-tuned. From the targeting to the sales process to the website, there's a lot of different moving parts. And if you knew where you were going wrong, life would be much easier for you. You'd simply just fix them and keep going, and you'd make some money. The thing that makes my ad strategy a little bit different is I make sure that in no circumstance am I ever trying to convince someone to buy my product. See, all of these people who are waiting in line, it's almost like a psychological play. They're hoping the customer will buy their product. They're trying to convince the customer, hey, please buy my product. And they're not saying that word for word, but they're doing it subconsciously, almost through nonverbal approach. From the product that they're trying to sell to the graphics, the art, the website, it's almost like they're begging for the consumer to buy their product. In my circumstance, I got to the point where I can look for the customer and have the customer want my product, desire my product. And that's a very significant difference. Some people, right, who run ads, like I said, they're trying to convince the consumer that the product that they're trying to sell is good for them. They'll say, please buy this product, right? And then you have other people, like I said, like me, who will eventually get to the point and get good at ads, get good at the whole strategy, to where they create the ad and the consumer is almost subconsciously asking to buy the product from you. They have a desire for that product. They don't need anybody to convince them to go buy. Why is that? What makes these ads different? What makes these strategies different? Well, it's not just one thing. If it was simply one thing, then life would be easy. But it's more than just one thing. And I kind of break it down into 2 point of views, or 2 scopes, if you will. And the 2 scopes are everything that occurs on the ad, aka the ad experience, and then you have the website experience. If you think of it like this, you can get closer to success. A lot of people either only think about their ad, or they only think about their website. Try to think of both in this kind of nature. Think of it like this. When you create your store, and your store is driving traffic because you're paying for ads, you're paying your hard-earned money, you're hoping that the traffic pays you money, right? But once again, you're in the approach of trying to convince the consumer it's a good product. But the ad experience and the web experience both tell 2 different stories. Let me explain. If a consumer sees your ad, right, and they click on it, you know they already want to know more about your product. They're interested about your product, for the most part. Now, there are various reasons they could be interested. They don't necessarily have to be in demand for the product to be interested. But you want to change curiosity into desire. See, at one point when they're interested and they click your ad, at one point they're just curious. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have desire. Along the line, they have objections, right? So I'm going to write OBJ here. So they're going to have objections. And these objections are psychological dependencies. They have things in their mind that they need to be fulfilled before they can hand over their money. It's really the same as if you go to a store and you ask the clerk or you ask the salesman questions about a product you're trying to buy, okay? Because this is the online space, the internet space, there is no online clerk necessarily at your service 24/7, 365. There's no one there to answer all your questions directly. And once again, because it's online and it's not as easy to get access to people with literally just saying, hello, can you please help me? People will then click off. So you might have potentially created curiosity, you might have created interest even, and even desire. But if the objections are not satisfied, the sale will never occur. Does that make sense? Now that then takes things to a web experience. If the website cannot satisfy those objections, the sale won't happen. And how does this occur? How can you even discover what these objections are? You have to understand the consumer. That's how you do it. In the world of advertising, we call this a customer avatar. And a customer avatar is knowing all about the consumer, knowing about their desires, knowing about their problems, knowing about what they're looking for, knowing about the potential complaints they might have about a product, knowing about even who that person is, who that ideal customer is, how do they look like, how old are they, what kind of gender are they, what are their preferences, everything around this. And by using that information, we can then fulfill the objections. And then we can take the person from an ad, right, to a purchaser, to a customer. If you're watching this video right now, these are the keys as to how I created my first rapidly successful business where I generated over $68,000 in a single month with print on demand. Now, this was back in 2019. It was a hot niche. It was a hot market. It was relatively new. It was creative. But I figured out how to take a customer, right, or actually a viewer, and turn them into a customer. That's something you can do too. In my Pinterest ads course, for everybody who's a member, I'm doing updates as we speak to it. I'm adding content to it. In fact, within the last week, I think I added like 8 new videos. And I'm actually going to be adding a whole bunch of different ad examples of ads that worked and ads that didn't work. So keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to be adding a graphic of the avatar canvas, the customer avatar canvas, so that you guys can use that as a guide. But generally, if you're a member of the Pinterest ads course, keep an eye out for some recent updates, because I have been adding consistent content over the past couple of days and weeks to this course, and we're really trying to build it out and make it a lot better, and just make it, much more lengthy, so that people can get a better view as to how you can actually create ads. The beautiful thing about creating ads, or learning how to create ads and succeed with ads, is that although it's very difficult to learn how to get into it and actually be successful, once you bridge the gap from failure to success and you've achieved that other side of success, you now know on a very primal level how you can turn nothing into income. Because all it takes, no matter if you're selling a physical product or a digital product, whatever the case may be, it's all the same way. It's understanding the needs of the customer. Next time you create an ad and it doesn't work out for you, go back and look at everything you've done and ask yourself, am I truly understanding the needs of my customer here? 99.99999% of the time, effectively 100%, the answer is no. Unless there's some sort of technical issue with the website or the ad or something like that, a broken link, a broken checkout, something like that. But other than that, that's what it comes down to. All right. So hopefully this video was helpful. Now you guys can see kind of how I built some of my success with, Shopify and creating ads and all kinds of stuff like that. And I hope it helps. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.